The Tournament of Power sucks. Hey guys, what's up? Super here, and I don't get it. I don't understand how this arc ended up being boring and bad in certain aspects. This arc has been built up since the Universe 6 saga, and that's pretty early on in Dragon Ball Super, so they had plenty of time to make this arc enjoyable. A tournament between all the universes being flat out said implies that this idea was where the show was heading the whole time. I'm only saying this for example, but I've watched a few videos where people have praised many episodes from the tournament, and I have to disagree. I'm not saying they have to see things from my perspective, but there's bad aspects to this arc and there's too many people out there acting like things are okay. Let's go through my dislikes and likes about this arc. As I said before, the show talked about this arc very early on in Dragon Ball Super, but right before the tournament begins, there's a recruitment arc. And when you initially think about this plot point, it makes a lot of sense. Not all the characters fight anymore, and they need to be convinced to join the tournament. But the recruitment arc goes on for way too long. Goku goes around recruiting characters for 12 episodes. You may not think that's a long time, but if you're watching the show weekly, it felt like an eternity. That's 3 months of an arc that feels like filler material that was tweaked to be canon material. The character of Boo was supposed to join the tournament, but he ended up falling asleep and then is replaced by Frieza. That's right, Frieza returns again. If Frieza makes the anime a lot of money, that's cool that he's returning and everything, but this character has been brought back a little too much. It just doesn't really fit for me, you know? It was okay having Boo within the tournament, but Super has brought back Frieza twice already, and I'm just not feeling it. If Boo was written off because he was too powerful, I understand that. Boo is very strong, but they could have used another character. They could have found someone else besides Frieza. So then we finally get the tournament after Goku and Frieza goof around for a little bit, and the team is assembled and they go to the battlefield, and this character Jiren is being hyped up, and his hype is added onto as he avoids some blocks from the stadium. The tournament starts and is blasting all over the place. It's a little too wild and unorganized. Yes, it's a battle royale, but having action all over the place isn't fun. For example, Naruto had a war arc. You know what was good about the war arc? When there were smaller fights involving a few characters and not involving so many characters fighting at once. Even if all these fights are happening at once, there's nothing wrong with ending a fight and saying also happening at the same time and then shifting focus to another fight. The Universe 6 saga so far has been better than the Tournament of Power because it has one-on-one fights. There's a little too much focus on Goku within the tournament. What? Surma 11, you forgot Goku is the main character of the Dragon Ball series. What the flying Nimbus are you talking about? You spend all this time developing the other characters and then you just give Goku most of the focus. That's the problem that I have with this tournament. I get that Goku is the enemy due to what happened before the tournament, even though he gave everyone a fighting chance, but they see him as the enemy. Anyways, Goku getting attacked immediately makes sense. But after a while, it's gotta stop. People have to realize this guy's really strong. Maybe we should focus on his teammates and knock them out first because some of them look weaker. And I like the focus on Basil that we had initially, and I thought that that was gonna last. Focusing on the other universes would have been interesting, but they haven't really done that as much. And Goku and Vegeta taking out the Trio de Dangers, that was a cool moment. Krillin was hyped up, and I thought I was gonna see some amazing things from him. And it turns out most of the amazing things were already shown in its fights with Gohan and Goku. And Krillin did do a good job. He did well in the tournament, and he had a cool combo move with 18, and then he was eliminated in the same episode. Moving on to everyone's favorite female Saiyans, Kale and Caulifla. Goku teams up with them and he trains with Caulifla, and this character is pretty much considered a genius, so a fight could be training for her. And one worry I have about these two characters is that they'll become stronger than Kaba, or they're already stronger than Kaba. Kaba is a cool character to me, and having female Saiyans are nice, but I don't want them to overshadow Kaba, because right now that's exactly what they're doing. I really hope he's gotten stronger. We haven't seen anything from him. He knocked 2 guys out immediately, but that's it. We haven't seen him go against Vegeta really. It was like a short scene, so I'm going to need to see more from Kaba, because Kale and Cauliflower are getting a lot of focus in this tournament. Kale turning into Broly is alright, but it's confusing how she withstood Super Saiyan Blue. You could say that Goku was holding back, but at what point do things get serious enough for Goku to go all out? Is he only waiting for Jiren? I don't know. But I did like the moment when Jiren took out Kale. That was a great moment. It was one of the best moments in the tournament so far. And I like where Jiren is going. I just hope he's not the strongest person in the tournament. I think showing the strongest person so far in advance isn't great writing. And I believe there are a few characters that still haven't been shown, so hopefully those characters are also strong and can be in the fight between Jiren, Goku, potentially hit Vegeta, Gohan, characters like that. The focus on Goku and the female Saiyans continue as they take on Universe 11, and Universe 11's characters all have one ability. It's a way to make them unique, but they're really not, because they get taken out so fast. And I think it would be more okay if these characters actually stuck around in the tournament for a little bit and they were more involved in the fights, but for 4 of them to be introduced and eliminated within the same episode, they don't get much development, and it just shows that they're just not a big deal. And Casserole was disappointing, as he was shown multiple times before the tournament. I thought he was part of the whole group of Jiren, Topo, Dispo. I thought he was within that group. I thought he was a big deal, and then he was defeated. So hopefully the same thing doesn't happen to Dispo. Right now we know Topo and Jiren are strong characters. Hopefully Dispo is strong too. It was nice seeing the androids help Goku out. I like the fact that Kale is learning how to control her berserker state. That could lead to some interesting things. We could potentially see her in the final few people of the tournament. Even Cauliflower, if she gains a new technique, she learns another level of Super Saiyan within this tournament. There you go. We could have a lot of cool characters at the final stages of this tournament. I don't want to get into this too deeply, but the power levels are all over the place. And they have to do this because there are characters like Tien, Krillin, and Roshi around. Not everyone is going to be around Super Saiyan Blue or even Super Saiyan. These characters aren't even close to that level. And it's good to have various characters around, but from a writing standpoint, it's kind of hard to understand. If Tien or Krillin defeats someone, doesn't that mean that Goku or Vegeta should be able to defeat these people instantly? It's the same with Kale swinging around to Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Goku must have been holding back. It seems like he's holding back on enemies that may be easier. He's trying to preserve his energy to wait for the final stages of the tournament or until he encounters Jiren. I like the fact that Universe 6 has Namekians. This was actually referenced when Beerus and Champa met in the Universe 6 arc, and I hope something comes out of this. Android 17 using the light as footing was a cool moment. I hope to see more from his character. Animation is being reused, and it's not a huge issue, but to me, it's lazy. Other shows don't do this, or at least they don't make it obvious. Usually it's shows like Sailor Moon or Power Rangers. Those shows have no reason to have unique animation for every single transformation unless they're a new transformation. Again, the animation isn't a huge deal, but when you think about it, this arc was hyped up, 70 or 60 episodes ago, and they are reusing animation for it. It seems a little lazy. It's not a huge problem, but it shouldn't happen. I feel like it should not happen for this series. I like how the plot is building up to a conflict with the Angels. I hope that's interesting. And the main point that I really want you to take away from this video is that I often leave episodes of Dragon Ball Super thinking, that episode had some good moments, but overall, it was okay. When my friend will talk to me after some of the episodes come out, and I just say it was okay, but then they're talking about how they really like the episode, I feel like I'm missing something from the episode. And I know this is a pretty old thing to say, but Super doesn't feel like Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z still had comedy, but for the most part it was serious. With Dragon Ball Super being done by Toriyama with the script, and then the studio expanding on that script, problems will come up. Toriyama's in charge with no editors, so if he wants to add comedy, well, there's going to be comedy. If the studio wants to add something and Toriyama gives the okay, it will be added. So that could lead to some problems. Who knows? I don't live in Japan. I don't work with Toriyama, but I know some of the process that goes into making Dragon Ball Super. Right now, I see universes 11, 6, and 7 as the top 3 in the tournament. Other universes could surprise me, but right now, those are the top 3. The other universes don't really seem as interesting. We haven't really seen as many powerful characters from these other universes. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.